Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Ishar from GMS Mississippi Gulf Coast. Before I get started, I just want to give an infinite honor and glory and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with all faith and all righteousness and all sincerity. To you, I say shalom, all right? And this is just a lesson through the Rakah Kodash. I won't make it too long, but I pray and hope, Lord willing, it hits home. Just going into, man, this truth gives you the ability to discern, man. Okay, having that discernment, okay? And like Apostle Gabar went into about a couple years back, I want to say, he said that this truth is a spiritual power, man. And he's 144% correct, okay? Because having this truth gives you the ability to be able to move accordingly, judge things righteously, and get and stay out the way, man, of harm's way. That's why scripture tell you to hold on fast to what thou hast. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I just want to get discernment. In online etymology. It says neatness of intellectual perception, insight, acuteness of judgment. It says discern. It says perceive or recognize the difference or distinction between two or more things. Also distinguish an object with the eyes, see distinctly, behold, and perceive rationally, not irrationally, you see, rationally understand. All right, distinguish, separate. It says to separate, set apart, divide. It says distribute, distinguish, perceive, off. So this discernment gives you the ability to judge well. All right? No matter what the case is, man. All right? Now let me go back and get discernment in the Merriam-Webster. It says the quality of being able to grasp and comprehend what is obscure, right? Covered, hidden, So skill in discerning, okay? It says an act of perceiving or discerning something. So that's a power, And that's what this truth gives you. That's what this wisdom and knowledge and understanding gives you, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You can't forget that because all things come of the Lord, man. All right. So we have to make sure that we keep this ability to be able to discern in our tool bag, man, in our arsenal, because this is what's going to help us in the times to come. All right. Which is part of this truth, man. So really just hold on fast to it, man. Because that ability comes with just having this truth, man. One of the characteristics of having this truth, man, is discernment. Having the ability to be able to judge well. And we have to have that because we are going to be rulers and kings. All right? So we have to have that in the tool bag, man. All right? This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." All right. So this is what's going to keep us on the right path. All right. But we have to have that fear. And everything else, all right, every other ability, everything we're going to need will follow, man. But it starts with fear. Fearing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Because that fear keeps us in check. That fear is going to keep us in check, man. And keep us with our eyes single, man. On a winning prize. But back to what I was getting into, man. That discernment, man. And this is just an account in the scriptures, man, with King Solomon, man, having that discernment, man. And is that not who asked the Lord to give him the wisdom to judge his people righteously? See what I'm saying? So to having that discernment, you have to, you have to have that, man, to rule over people. Okay. This is First Kings 3:16. It says, "Then came there two women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And the one said, Oh, my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house." So they lived together. It says, "And I was delivered of a child with her in the house." So she had a baby. "And it came to pass the third day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also." So she had a baby as well. Okay, so both women had a baby and they both stay in the same house. Okay. It says, "And we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house." So it was only them two in the house, right? It says, "And this woman's child died the night because she overlaid it." So she laid on the baby. That's the thing that actually happens, rolling over on the baby or whatever the case may be while you sleep. So this woman killed the baby. Okay. Maybe not intentionally, but she laid on the baby, man. And the baby died. It says, "And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me, while thy handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her child in my bosom." Okay, so what this damn woman done did. This just show you, man, he's something serious, man. But what she did was took her dead baby and swapped it out with her living baby. You know what I'm saying? Just some crazy stuff, man. But matters like these, man, hey, you got to know how to deal. You can't be a lion. You can't just be snapping out. You got to have that discernment, okay? And the patience to be able to just hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It says, "And when I rose in the morning to give my child suck," all right, breastfeed, "it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son." So once light came and she was able to see, oh, this ain't even my baby. You know what I'm saying? So now she in frantic, like, man, who baby is this? Where's my baby? Which I did bear. She said, "It was not my son, which I did bear." And a woman know her child, Verse 22, it says, "And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son." So here go this is in there lying, trying to convince her that that's her son. Like she don't know her baby. You see what I'm saying? This confusion, man. Okay. But King Solomon gonna get it straight though, right? And this said, "No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son." Thus they spake before the king. Then the king said, the one said, "This is not my son that liveth, and the son is the dead." And the other said, "Nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living." And the king said, "Bring me a sword." Okay, bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, "Divide the living child in two, and half to the one, and half to the other." Then spake the woman whose living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. Like she, you know what I'm saying, just getting weak, being, you know what I'm saying, showing forth sadness, emotion, because that's her baby. You see what I'm saying? It says, "For her bowels yearned upon her son, and she said, Oh, my Lord, give her the living child, and no wise slay it." All right, so she like, all right, just let her have the baby, just don't kill the baby, But the other said, "Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it." So it shows you what? Having that discernment shows you what? That baby ain't hers, because she don't even give a damn if the baby living or dead, because her baby already dead. So she has no emotion or physical or spiritual or attachment to this child. You see? But King Solomon knew that, because why? He had that discernment. He had that power to understand and to perceive. Okay? Now let's just get this understood. King Solomon, this matter was just brought to him. He had no idea who baby was who, but that the power, okay, that the Lord had stowed upon him, which is that wisdom, that knowledge, that discernment. He knew right then and there how to be able to judge this matter. Okay. Then the king answered and said, give her the living child, and no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. You know what I'm saying? He having that discernment, that ability to be able to just on the fly know exactly what to do, know exactly how to judge that matters. That's that discernment. That's that power. Okay. It says, and all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that wisdom of Yahweh was in him to do judgment. See what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to have, man. Okay, and we're gaining that more and more each day. That discernment to know how to judge a matter well, to know how to judge, because we will be judges. Okay, Lord willing, we continue. All right, and that's pretty much it. Lord willing, I pray and hope this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna close out and give infinite honor, glory, and praises to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders for great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. So you, I say shalom.